Braves Country. I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show Braves Country today just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love you.
Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king, Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Join the Country Club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops. Members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
You're in Braves Country.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, he had the one ball down the right field line, kind of on a check swing for 2 runs, but you know, it's he did kind of what I thought. You know, his stuff was good, a little erratic sometimes, but you know, it's kind of who he is.
And some of those things be kind of chalked up to him not being a starter.
Yeah, probably. You know, but like I say, the stuff's really good, and kind of it was a different kind of a swing that pushed that ball down the right field line for 2 runs. It's manageable. You know, just got to hope the offense gets going at some point.
When you look at it, why hasn't the offense maybe been able to string together a couple straight games here or there?
We haven't hit. I don't know. Honestly, if I knew, I'd tell them and we'd correct it. It's not that easy, and just got to keep, like I say every day, we got to keep grinding. That's what we're going to do.
Feels like last year you get a runner at second, and ninth inning with none out, you're like, oh, he's going to score. You know, and then this year you don't have that same.
Yeah, it's a different year. I mean, we scored a lot early in the game last year. It's just nothing. It's not. Yeah, you don't know why things happen in this game. This year we kind of had been scoring late. We're having a hard time doing that now. It's kind of it's not an easy thing to get going. I mean, because it's a hard thing to do.
You mentioned like when guys struggle just hard, it's human nature to press. Can you sense maybe some of that frustration a little bit about?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They all want to be the guy. They all want to do something really good. They're working to that end.
But do you look at it like they've all got backs of the baseball cards? You know, do you look at it like they're going to get going at some point?
Yeah. No, I absolutely feel they will. At some point, we're going to get it going. We're going to be, we'll do what we're capable of doing.
This series, do you think, was the Nationals pitching, and how much was your offense, or was it a combination?
I think the pitching was good, but I mean, it's the pitching in the big leagues is really good right now. Overall, I mean, teams have gotten better as a whole, but other guys are hitting them, and just we're not swinging the bats real well.
I think they stole 13 bases this series. How big can those things be to a series?
Well, they stole a lot of bases because they had a lot of guys on too. I mean, that's a key. I mean, Mac's kind of limited that, and but if they're walking and they're putting the ball in play, you don't make pitches, they get on, they're going to run. They've showed that they're going to just run.
Okay, so that was Brian Snicker after the game last night. I thought y'all might want to hear that. I mean, my first takeaway from it is this: at the very beginning, when he says, "Yeah, I thought he was pretty good." What? You thought Ray Kerr was good? He was getting pelted all over the place like he did last time, and they keep trying to sell us this nonsense that he's a work in progress. Okay, well, let him go be a work in progress down on the farm where the wins and losses don't matter. Let him go down to Gwinnett. Let him go down to the Mississippi Braves. But when you're up in here in the big leagues, especially a team that has aspirations of winning the whole damn thing, I don't want to hear about, he's pretty good. No, he wasn't. It's the same thing that happened last time out, because they could set a lineup against Ray Kerr, and they know he essentially has two pitches. He has a third, but he essentially has two pitches. And with that being said, they can set up a lineup that is going to go righty, essentially right down the chute. And you saw what happened. And the moment Jesse Chavez came in, it was a wipeout. And Jesse came in and shut him down. Okay. So my contention would be this: if you're going to do what you just did, flip it. Have Jesse, I keep saying Eddie, have Jesse open the game, or anybody else open the game, a right-hander, and then you bring Kerr in when the lefties present themselves and let him go through the lineup one time. Any other thing, send him down to the farm. We're trying to win some games here. We're trying to put some distance between us and the other wild card guys, and also trying to make up some room, make up some ground, I should say, against the Philadelphia Phillies. And we don't have the luxury to goof around. We did a little bit last year. Last year we ran away with the division. Okay. We had that luxury. You don't really have that this year. And so my contention would be, just send the guy down or let him come out of the pen, because he is a left-handed specialist at this point in his career. No one's to say that he cannot develop other pitches and become a guy that can be a starter. That's obviously a possibility. He's got the arm strength, but he's 29 years old. Let's quit acting like he's a 19-year-old puppy that is just learning the game. He's 29 years old. I know the Braves have several years of control on his contract, and that's why they want to develop him. But some guys never develop into being a starter, and that's okay, because you need left-handed specialists coming out of the pen. You need guys that can come in and in the middle of the game shut down a left-handed threat. It can't always be Aaron Bummer. So that's my 2 cents on the whole damn thing. And it's nonsense, and they're honestly playing games when they're sitting there trying to tell the fans. And I believe Braves country has some of the more studied fans in baseball as opposed to other fan bases, and they know what the hell they're looking at. And we're not looking at a starting pitcher right now. And if you think we are, you're nuts. You're nuts. And I remember last time he went out, his first start, there were all these knuckleheads. It was on social media. They're saying, well, you got to give him a chance. It was just his first start. Wait till he, all right, well, now what? Now you got 2 terrible starts. He's getting slapped all around the yard. It's not helping him develop at all. Not at all. And so anyways, we put that to rest, but it really did irritate me that he tried. They sit there and try to tell you some buffoonery. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. No, he's not. No, he's not. It's like someone trying to tell you that, inflation's not high. It's fine. No, you're wrong. I'm paying $17 for an egg. Shut up. So quit telling us that Ray Kerr is a starter. You want to, if not, what you got to do is you got to say the main thing, what he is. It's a bullpen game. But if it's a bullpen game, quit putting the left-hander in there to start it off because they set it up with right-handed bats, and away we go. And he does not fare well against right-handed bats, especially the second time through. So if you're going to do this, let him go through the lineup one time and then get him the hell out of there. Then go to Jesse Chavez, go to whoever, build it like a bullpen game. And I can take that. I can understand that you're trying to buy some time because you're trying to give Lopez an extra day of rest. You're trying to give him all an extra day of rest, but specifically Lopez, because he is not accustomed to pitching this many innings over the last 4 or 5 years. So I get that. I get that. But then just call it what it is, and let's approach it like an actual bullpen game and quit leaving him out there to dry. Because considering what they did to Kerr and leaving him in as long as they did, which they should not have, he actually didn't do too terribly. But his numbers still giving up 3 earned runs in 3 innings. He did strike out 7, but he was scattering hits all over the place. And so we move on to tonight. The A's series comes in, JP Sears. And JP Sears is a guy that southpaw, 28 years old. He was at one point one of the bigger prospects in Major League Baseball. He was drafted by the Mariners, sent to the Yankees, and then the Yankees sent him to Oakland. I believe the Oakland trade was the one that sent Montas over to the Yankees. I'm pretty sure that's how that went down. But he made his Major League debut with the Yankees and then was sent into Oakland on the Frankie Montas trade, who, of course, now is in Cincinnati. But he's going to come in left-hander with what's his ERA sitting at right now? 3.88. He's got a career ERA of 4.25. So he's about where he should be at. He's a guy that is going to go out. He's not going to be a strikeout guy. He's a guy that relies on the defense. That's why I think the Braves are getting into him tonight. I think the Braves offense will wake up. Good Lord, it's well overdue. But you look at his last several outings. I mean, all in all, he hasn't pitched poorly considering what they're asking him of. His last outing was really good against Houston, 6 shutout innings. But the outing before that, he gave up 4 and 4 innings in Kansas City. He pitches well against Houston because he went 5 and only gave up 1. So he pitched 11 against Houston this year and only given up 1. But outside of that, Kansas City put 4 on him. Texas put 4 on him. I don't count Miami because their offense is terrible. Before that, Baltimore put 7 earned runs on him. So this is a guy we can get to. I'm going to take the Braves to run away with this one because Raylo's on the mound. His over-under, by the way, is 5.5 strikeouts. Give me the over. Give me the over on that. 5.5. I say he gets 7 or 8 strikeouts tonight. And the Braves go running away with this one in a laugher. We're due for a laugher, aren't we? Give me the Braves 9-2. 9-2. And my pick to click. I think Ozuna's going to have a good game. But you know who I'm going to pick? Because I have been lobbying for him to be up higher in the order. Adam Duvall is batting 5th tonight. Give me Duvall to get 2 bases or more. All right, my pick to click, Adam Duvall. I also think Orlando Arcia. Watch out for him. I've got keep an eye on a parlay that you can play on. I saw this earlier. Arcia in the Big Zoo on a parlay, they both hit a home run. I think it pays out like 15 or 16 to 1. So I think it was 16 to 1. All right, we're going to take a step away. Quick break. When we come back, pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves.
Drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. A banger, and she's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Rays have won it all!
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing third base, it's Abraham Toro. 5 home runs, 20 RBI, a .290 average. Batting second, playing center field, is J.J. Bleday. He has a .250 average, 8 home runs, 22 RBI. Brent Rooker, batting third, the designated hitter. 11 home runs, 35 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .280. Miguel Andujar is batting cleanup and playing left field. He's 7 for 20 on the year with a home run and 8 RBI. Seth Brown, batting fifth, playing right. 5 home runs, 13 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .207. Kyle McCann is behind home plate with a .327 average. 3 home runs, 8 RBI. Zach Geloff is the second baseman and batting seventh. He has 3 home runs, 10 RBI, batting .176. Tyler Soderstrom is the first baseman and batting eighth. He has 1 home run, 5 RBI, a .190 average. And Alamis Diaz is the shortstop for the Oakland A's and batting ninth. Diaz is 0 for 4 on the season. On the mound for the Oakland Athletics, it's J.P. Sears. The southpaw is 4-3 with a .388 ERA, a 1.11 whip, 60 and a third innings pitched, 50 hits allowed versus 40 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 8 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Ronaldo Lopez. Raylo is 2-2 with a 1.75 ERA, a 1.09 whip, 51 and a third innings pitched, 38 hits allowed versus 47 strikeouts, 18 walks, and 2 home runs given up. Backing up Raylo in the bottom of the first inning, it's Ozzie Albies. He'll be manning second base with a .283 average, 3 home runs, 25 RBI, 4 stolen bases. Austin Riley batting second, playing third. .227 average, 3 home runs, 18 RBI. Marcell Ozuna, the designated hitter, is batting third. He has 16 home runs, 49 RBI, a .312 average. Matt Olson is batting cleanup and playing first. 8 home runs, 29 RBI, batting .234. And Adam Duvall is in right field. 5 home runs, 13 RBI, a .196 average. Orlando Arcia playing short and batting sixth. He has a .236 average with 5 home runs and 19 RBI. Michael Harris II will be patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves and batting 7th. A .255 clip with 18 RBI, 8 stolen bases, and 5 home runs. Batting 8th, behind the plate, it's Sean Murphy. Smurf has 1 RBI. He's batting .143 on the year. And Jared Kelnick is batting 9th and in left field. The kid has 3 home runs, 10 RBI, and a .258 average. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's John Lipka. First base umpire, James Hoy. Second base will be manned by Rob Drake. And down the third base line, it's DJ Rayburn. Game time temperatures are expected to be around 79 degrees at first pitch. We're expecting partly cloudy skies, humidity around 36%. Wind blowing in from left center into right at 7 miles an hour. The Atlanta Braves come in minus 230 on the money line. The over-under is 8. Atlanta is 31-23 on the year, 17-11 at home. The Oakland Athletics, 23-35 and 10-19 on the road. This is game 1 of a 3-game set. Game 2 tomorrow at 4:10 Eastern with Chris Sale on the mound. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves A's game 1 of a 3-game set. Atlanta Braves look to bounce back and win the series at home before we take off to head to Boston. Country Club members, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you all for liking and subscribing. Country Club, we got the Raylo emoji kicking in the chat. Warm up those chop arms. Braves Country, get your game face on.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Hope y'all are ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Let's get this offense rolling as we head into June here on May 31st. And let's get some runs for Ronaldo Lopez as we come flying into a Friday night. And let's also, I'm looking for Raylo to go deep into this game. Atlanta Braves are going to be wearing their Friday night reds, a welcome sight, with the red jerseys, blue writing, Braves across the chest, tomahawk underneath. The numbers in navy on the back, outlined in white, names in white on the back. Navy ball caps, red bill, and the classic A. And the Oakland Athletics will be stepping in with their classic road grays, Oakland across the chest in green and gold, their green cap and batting helmet and gold brim, and the A's symbol on the front. We are just about set here for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, as Toro steps in, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves Country. First pitch on the way is a fastball right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 sets up and kicks. Swung on, chopped foul towards the first base side. It'll dribble harmlessly in between first and the dugout. Olsen flips it into the crowd. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count to Toro. Left-handed bat, third baseman for the Oakland Athletics. Abraham Toro, 27 years old, from Canada. The 0-2 pitch swung on. That ball's belted high and deep into right field, going back on the track, making the catch in front of the Coca-Cola sign is Adam Duvall, and there's one away. He gave that one a ride. 96-mile-an-hour fastball in the inner cut. Way he jumped out of the box there, I thought he might have gotten one. So one down, and J.J. Bleday comes to the plate. We are very familiar with Bleday, ex-Miami Marlin. First pitch on the way to Bleday is 95 off the paint. It's 1-0. He was drafted by the Marlins in 2019, the 4th overall pick in the first round out of Vanderbilt. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-0 pitch. Swing, and that ball's laced over to second. A 2-hopper into the glove of Ozzie. He flips it to Olsen. 4-3 put out, 2 away. Your defense looks like this for your Atlanta Braves tonight. Left to right in the outfield, it's Kelnick, Harris, and Duvall. Around the horn, it's Riley, Orlando, Ozzie, and Olsen. Smurf behind the plate, and Raylo on the mound. Your designated hitter tonight is Ozuna. First pitch on the way from Lopez to Rooker is a fastball in there on the hands. It's foul back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Kicks and fires. Swing and fouls it back. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Rooker batting .280 on the year, 11 home runs, 35 RBI. The 0-2 pitch, down and away, 1-2. Grandma King asked as a team done a 7-man rotation before, not for long term because you are handicapped by what you can carry on your staff. The 1-2 pitch, down and away, slider misses, 2-2. You could only carry 13 pitchers on your staff. So if you did a traditional 7 rotation, you're talking about just having 6 relievers, and that would really handicap you. The 2-2, 96 up top. It looks like it touched the top of the paint, but not a great frame job. It's a full count. So a full count. We'll get into roll call here in a second. The payoff pitch from Raylo. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. Your Atlanta Braves will grab the sticks. We head to the bottom of the first here on a Friday night at Truist.
Apparently today is not Thursday. It is Wednesday, which means tomorrow is not Friday, and now I'm in a bad mood.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Besides, nobody's getting hurt. That guy was already up there when I got here.
I always get excited when somebody likes one of my posts because I'm like, another weirdo.
Aren't you supposed to get as much as you can in our society? If you earn big dough for management, you earn tremendous dough for management. Isn't that what capitalism's all about? Aren't you supposed to get that? So why we blame the guy for being a capitalist?
It was the Emancipation Proclamation of baseball. When the reserve clause was overturned, it disallowed the owners from signing perpetual one-year contracts to ball players, thereby keeping them in the organization for eternity. So basically, it allowed us to go from plantation to plantation based on the highest bid of the plantation owner. And the owners got very upset about that because it inflated salaries, and then ticket prices went up and television revenue went up, and they found out they were making more money, and they found out, wow, we had a $1.5 million franchise, now we have a $150 million franchise. So they made money, the players made money. The only people that got hurt were the American public, the fans, the integrity of baseball.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves nothing. A's nothing. Bottom of the first inning. J.P. Sears goes to work. Ozzie Albies leads us off. The first pitch on the way. Lefty-righty matchup is a fastball off the plate wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
No call. Yeah. No call.
You're in Braves country.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 93-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees. It's 1-0. Good evening, Country Club members. We've got Goat, Robert, Charlie, David S., Red Runs. The 1-1 pitch is way outside wide, 2-1. Billy Power Max, Jesse. What you talking about, Willis? Gary and JC. Also in the chat, we've got Grandma King, Mushroom Merchant, Underwater, Genius Math. The 2-1 pitch, changeup misses outside, ball 3-1. Making sure I haven't missed anybody. If we missed anybody, jump in the chat and holler at us. Try to scroll through these as we begin. Sometimes I miss a couple. I think I said hello to Gary. Good evening, Gary. Country Club member. The 3-1 pitch, outside wide. Full count to Ozzie Albies. Ozzie Albies stands in with a .283 batting average, 3 home runs, 25 RBI, a .756 OPS. The payoff pitch to Ozzie. Swing and fouls it back 94 miles an hour up around the letters. We'll do it again. 3-2. So a 3-2 count. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the first inning. The payoff pitch from Sears. Outside wide, ball 4. And that's what we're looking for to get things going here. Leadoff walk by Ozzie. He'll head on down to first. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Be good to see him wake up. Lefty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way, pops it up. He's going to stay in play. Bending over towards, just gets into the Braves dugout. And out of play, it's 0-1. Good evening, Edward. Country Club member. Hello, Jillian. So an 0-1 count to Riley. Lefty, righty, runner on first, nobody out. Sears kicks and fires. Fastball misses high, 1-1. Your home plate umpire tonight is John Lipka, in case you missed the introductions. James Hoy manning first, Rob Drake at second, and down the third base line, it is DJ Rayburn. The 1-1 from Sears. Swing, and that ball's chopped over to third towards short. It's going to be a 6-4 putout as the shortstop Diaz cut it off and flipped it over to Geloff at second. Riley will take Ozzie's spot at first, 1 away. Slow developing play, no real chance to get a double play on that one. So that'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna steps in with a .312 average. First pitch on the way to Marcell is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Misses outside, high and wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Riley on first. 1 on, 1 out. Southpaw delivers. Swing, and that ball's laced into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Austin Riley's rounding second, heading to third. We got runners on the corners. 1 out. Marcell Ozuna smokes that over to left field. Cutting it off was Andujar. Miguel Andujar. If Miguel Andujar sounds familiar, he should. Miguel Andujar, who just came up this year for Oakland again, started in the Yankees organization way back when as a third baseman. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson with runners on the corners. 1 out, is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Phillies lead the Cardinals 3-1 in the fourth. Aaron Nola is on the mound tonight for Philadelphia. The 1-0, lefty. Sears comes set, the pitch. Floats a sweeper right in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Sears features 5 pitches, mainly going to the sweeper, 4-seam, and change, but he does have a sinker and a slider. The 1-1, swing and a miss, sweeper off the edge, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Olson looking just to lift one into the outfield to get a run home. Batting .234 on the year, 8 home runs, 29 RBI, a .751 OPS. The 1-2, outside wide, sweeper misses, ball 2, 2-2. So deuces wild here in the bottom of the first. You got 2 on and a 2-2 count to Matt Olson. The pitch from Sears. High and out of the zone, 4-seam fastball, ball 3. This will be the second time Sears has gone to a full count in this inning. He walked Ozzie the first time. Riley on third, Ozuna on first, the payoff pitch. Swing, and that ball's blasted high. Not very deep, coming in, charging the play, firing it to home, and Austin Riley is going to be safe, and your Atlanta Braves take a 1-0 lead. Coming in, charging the play was Brown. Wasn't a very good throw. Not really known for his arm. He was a first baseman when he first came up. The first pitch on the way to Adam Duvall is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Riley slid headfirst into home. I don't know if that was necessary. He probably could have just ran through it. Runner on first, 2 outs. Braves lead it 1-0. The 1-0 to Duvall. Swing and a miss. Change up off the edge. It's 1-1. Sears now at 20 pitches in this inning. Duvall, 5 home runs, 13 RBI, a .663 OPS. The 1-1. Up high and inside, ball 2, 2-1. So far, what we've seen from John Lipka, it's calling a pretty tight strike zone. That's pretty much his MO. So a 2-1 count. Sears comes set, flips it over to first to keep Ozuna close by. Easily beats the throw. Standing on deck, if the Braves can keep it going, is Orlando Arcia. You had a 2-1 count. The pitch from Sears. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Two out. Braves lead at 1-0 in the bottom of the first. On Ronaldo Lopez Day, the 2-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball is slammed towards the third base dugout. Foul. We'll do it again, 2-2. Same 2 teams at it tomorrow. 4:10 first pitch. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Duvall down on strikes. That'll end the inning. But up for your Atlanta Braves. Take a 1-0 lead. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Radio.
I'll tell you right now, Christmas need to slow down. I only got $8. Today we are talking about one of the most distinguished gentlemen in the game. Here is the career of Christy Mathewson. He wasn't just good at baseball, he also turned pro in football, playing fullback for the Pittsburgh Stars of the First National Football League. During his playing career, he became famous for his pitching duels with Mordecai Three-Finger Brown, winning 13 of the 25 games they matched up. His control was on another level. In 338 innings in 1905, he walked just 64 batters. Twice, he had more wins in a season than walks. When he was on the mound, you best not blink or you would miss the game. Many of his complete game gems lasted just barely 90 minutes. His performance in the 1905 World Series might never be matched. In a span of 6 days, he pitched 3 complete games without allowing a run while giving up only 14 hits. In 1908, he had his best season. That year, he set career highs in wins, games, innings, and shutouts. He even led the league in saves that season. During a game in July, he would run from the showers to the mound to preserve a win for the Giants against the Cubs. He was a winning machine, leading the league in wins 4 times, winning 30 or more games 4 times, and winning at least 20 games in 12 consecutive seasons. 5 ERA titles, 2 Triple Crowns, 373 wins, and a 2.13 career ERA. He was one of the best pitchers of all time.
Billy Martin proved what a powerful strategic tool paranoia is. He believed that everyone was against him, and so he spent every waking moment figuring out how imaginary enemies could be defeated in their nefarious plots. And sometimes he not only created strategies to defend against things that would never be done against him, but realized that those attacks were in themselves novel, and he would then try those attacks that he had already dreamed up a defense for. That's why he was so wonderful at suicide bunts and double steals and any way that you could humiliate or psychologically defeat the other team. He was sure that's how the world reacted to him. He was sure the world hated him, and so he turned that really raw, frightening paranoia into wonderful strategic intelligence.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch from Lopez is out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Curveball right there at the knees to Andujar. 1-1. Welcome to the Country Club. Delmar Diggs via Charlie. The 1-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's laced into center field. Trying to catch it is Harris, but it's going to get blasted right by him into the gap. Coming off the wall, Miguel Andujar is on with the leadoff double. Miguel Andujar, who this year comes in with only 20 at-bats. But if you want to get an idea of who he was at one point, he had some injuries and then had a hard time bouncing back from them. But back in 2018, Miguel Andujar was an infielder for the Yankees playing third as the first pitch on the way to Seth Brown is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. And in that year, he hit 27 home runs. He had a .297 batting average and 92 RBI. The 0-1 pitch, 95 misses high, 1-1. And then he had some injuries and just fell off a cliff and never could quite get back. The 1-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. Murphy takes a look at it, but it'll bend back behind home plate and into the stands. It's 1-2. Miguel Andujar, standing on second base, is from the Dominican Republic, 29-year-old. They have him listed at 6'2", 211. He looks much bigger. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-2 pitch, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 96 miles an hour on the paint, outer edge, 1 away. Straight gas from Lopez. Second strikeout of the night. So 1 down. That'll bring McCann, the hind catcher, up to the plate. First pitch on the way to McCann is a swing and a miss slider strike. It's 0-1. Kyle McCann, 26-year-old from Atlanta, Georgia. Played his college ball at Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Wreck at Georgia Tech. Drafted in the 4th round in the 2019 draft. The 0-1, right there on the edge for a strike. Slider, it's 0-2. Made his major league debut this year with the Oakland A's. So an 0-2 to McCann, runner on second, 1 out. The pitch. Swing, and that ball's hit over towards the left side of the infield, and Arcia guns it over to third, and he's got Andujar. Andujar had to jump over the ball, slide in. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. There's 2 away. Good defensive play by Arcia. Just enough time to get him. Gunned it over to Riley, and Riley applied the tag on his leg. They may be taking a look at this, maybe challenging it. Looking at it, oh yeah, they got him. Riley tagged his cleat as he was sliding in. From the opposite view, you weren't quite sure, but definitely looked like they got him. Well, maybe not. Maybe I missaw. See, if you get the look from the front, he may have gotten in there. I thought he had gotten his foot, but I think he actually missed him. It's going to be close. It's going to be hard to overturn is the big thing, but I think Oakland is going to try to overturn this. The biggest thing is that you can't definitively tell is if he touched the back of his leg. There's not an overhead view. But I do believe if you look at the overhead view, he's probably safe. The question will be if there's enough evidence to overturn it. So as they send it up to New York to look over it, we'll go ahead and hit the out-of-town scoreboard real quick. Phillies 3, Cardinals 1 in the top of the 5th. Blue Jays and Pirates, they are scoreless in the 3rd. Nats and Guardians are scoreless going into the 3rd. Marlins lead Texas 2-0 in the 3rd. Tigers and Red Sox 1-0 Detroit, end of 2. Rays lead the Orioles 1-0. Here comes the call, and they're going to call him out. I'm not sure about that one, but we'll take it. I think just by the wording of it, there just wasn't enough to overturn it. Because the umpire said the call stands. And when they say call stands, that just means they didn't have enough to overturn it. Like I said, in a playoff situation, they would have a camera above and you would be able to see it. They would also have a camera on the bag. But there, the 2 angles you got, you could make, as the first pitch on the way, is swung on, lifted up to right field. Duvall's going to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So we come out of it unscathed. We'll be back in a flash. Arcia leads us off, bottom of the 2nd, leading 1-0.
What the is wrong with you? Get in your car, dude. Get in your car! I'm in my car. That's fair, man. That's fair. Can you get in your car? Will you call the cop? Yeah.
Yes, I'm beautiful and gorgeous, but I'm also insane. Insane. But don't forget beautiful and gorgeous.
Dear Diary, today I was physically assaulted by my shower curtain. I have never swung so hard at an inanimate object in my entire life. You keep your filthy fibers to yourself. Sincerely signed, someone who hates that.
I was born a dog. I identify as a dog, but according to my mom, I'm just a baby.
Oh, I miss you. Of course you do. It's me.
The Yankees lost the 1976 series to Cincinnati, but won the championship from Los Angeles the next year, powered by a quartet of sluggers. Chris Chambliss, Greg Nettles, Thurman Munson, and the flamboyant former Oakland star who cheerfully called himself a straw that stirs the drink.
You would walk past Reggie before a game, and there'd be a crowd of writers around him, and he would be talking in religious terms. His voice would be sound like a preacher. And then you'd come back 5 minutes later, and he would be talking to a different crowd, and he's saying, I get to have the same figures that Lee May has, but I get all this money because I put the asses in the seats. The same man 2 minutes later.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac Magee, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. Orlando Arcia will lead us off. First pitch on the way from Orlando to Sears is swung on and lifted into right field. Drifting back, making the catch is Brown. There's one away. Speaking of Brown, I see the question from Charlie asking, was three-finger Brown only have three fingers, or was that his style? He only had three fingers. He had a farming accident where he lost his outside digit, and because of the three fingers, it ended up giving a funky spin to his pitches, and it ended up making him a Hall of Famer. First pitch on the way to Harris is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and chop your finger off, but I'm just telling you what happened with Three Fingers Brown. The 0-1. Lefty. Harris swing, and that ball sliced into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Brown boots it, but keeps it in front of him, and Michael Harris is on, one out. Sean Murphy coming to the plate. So 1 on, 1 out. Yeah, you got to you got to figure when he lost that finger, I'm sure he thought his baseball days were over, but he fought through it. Sean Murphy comes to the plate batting 143 on the young season for him. First pitch on the way is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball inside. It's 0-1. Sean Murphy, who, of course, was spent most of the year on the IL, just coming off this week. The 0-1, pitch on the way, 82-mile-an-hour changeup on the outer edge. It's 1-1. Brown was on those famous Cubs teams. The Chicago Cubs were actually a very dominant franchise in the late part of the first decade of the 20th century. The 1-1 pitch, down and in, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Lefty, righty. Sears comes set, delivers. Down below the knees. Ball 3, 3-1. Braves lead at 1-0, bottom of the second inning. The 3-1 pitch. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Changeup over the top. 3-2. Probably a good thing that he didn't make contact. That's the type of pitch that he normally bangs into the dirt and turns into a double play. So a 3-2 pitch. Runner on first. 1 out. The payoff. Outside wide, ball 4. So once again, Sears loses another one. We'll put runners on first and second. 1 out. Two on, 1 out, and Jared Kelenic will come to the plate. First pitch on the way to JK is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. All those pitches that we were seeing called for wide strikes the last couple of nights are being called for balls. So you might get a high-scoring game tonight. The 1-0, lefty pitch, off the plate wide, slider misses, ball 2, 2-0. Mordecai Brown was on those Cubs teams. He was the ace on the Cubs teams, the ones that won back-to-back, and then they were the last ones to win for 108 years before the 2016 Cubs did it. The 2-0 pitch, swung on, lifted high into left center field. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Kid Kelnick got himself an RBI. Here comes the throw to the plate, and safe, and your Atlanta Braves lead it 3-0. A 2 RBI double. Harris scores with ease. Murphy coming all the way around. A stand-up 2 RBI double for Kid Kelnick. Harris had held up for a second. You don't see this very often. Murphy was running up the shoes of Harris. Harris was holding on to make sure it wasn't going to get caught. Murphy was convinced that it wasn't. That ball gets caught, Murphy's going to be dead meat. The first pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies, who walked his first time up, is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty, righty. Ozzie, open stance from the right side. The pitch. Swing, pops it up. Round swing turns into an easy can of corn just past shortstop to away. If you're scoring at home, F6 in your scorebook. So 2 down. Austin Riley will come to the plate. Braves lead it 3-0. Sears, his 39th pitch of the night. Kicks and fires to Riley. Right there at the knees. Change up on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sears looks back. Kelnick at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Came out of his shoes off that sweeper. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Sears comes set the pitch. Up high and inside, 1-2. You had a 1-2. Lefty, righty, Sears comes set, looks back. Kelnick, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the sweeper, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Tack another couple on the board. We lead it 3-0, heading to the top of the third.
That's how you lose an attitude in 30 seconds. Step 1.
Nowadays, most baseball players are compensated very well, but this wasn't always true. Way back when, players would need another job just to be financially stable. So here are some of the more interesting jobs worked by baseball players. Rich Hebner had an 18-year career with over 200 home runs. In the offseason, he traded his bat for a shovel and dug graves for $35 a hole. Despite winning Game 2 of the 1966 World Series, Jim Palmer worked during the offseason where he sold suits and in his downtime signed a few autographs. Waite Hoyt was once part of the Yankees' most formidable lineup. In his spare time, he worked at a funeral home as a mortician. Rumor has it he once drove to the Polo Grounds with a cadaver in his car, made a start, and then drove it to its intended destination after the game. In 1920, Babe Ruth decided the baseball field wasn't the only place he wanted to be a star. That year, he starred on the big screen in the movie Headin' Home and made some extra cash while he was at it. Roy Campanella started his own farming business after he was rewarded 100 baby chickens for every home run he hit. He went home with 1,400 baby chickens. In 1957, Stan Musial and Willie Mays both worked after-season jobs. Musial sold Christmas trees and Mays sold cars. Not only was Denny McLain a 30-game winner, he was also an organist. He even made it all the way to the Ed Sullivan Show.
What you need to do is worry about your own sins. God ain't gonna be asking you about mine.
Will you pray the day before the playoffs?
Well, I'll pray every day. I try to talk to God every day, and I will pray during the national anthem, which is my period of meditation for praying. No, really, if you stick around the game, you listen to an old veteran like me, I'll show you how to talk on the air, boy. Yeah, talk, to TV. No, really, TV, cameras and going on like that. Huh? I'm telling you, man, I'll show you how to make a living with this stuff. I'll show you how to have the people eating right out of here.
2 outs and 2 on in the 7th inning here at Fenway. Deep to left. Yastrzemski will not get it. It's a home run.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Ronaldo Lopez. Is off the plate wide for a ball to Soderstrom, the number 8 hitter. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup, 190 average, the 1-0. Curveball misses outside wide, 2-0. Something else about that Mordecai Brown, Three Fingers Brown, as he was more well known for. He was also on that. So he was on the 07 and 08 championship team of the Cubs as the 2-0. Misses high and outside, 3-0. Cubs would have been back-to-back-to-back champions. They had the best record in baseball, 116 wins in a 154 season in 06. As the 3-0 pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk starts your top of the third. But they were beaten by the south side of Chicago, the White Sox, and that team was known as the Hitless Wonders. One of the worst batting teams to even make the playoffs. They had the worst batting average in the American League, but they leaned on their pitching and won. No one gave the White Sox a chance to win that World Series. First pitch on the way to Diaz from Lopez is a strike right down the pipe. It's 0-1. And, of course, just a little over a decade later, they would end up having the Black Sox scandal. The 0-1 pitch swung on, chopped over to short. It's going to be a 6, 4, 3. Diaz will beat it out, but we do get the out at second. So 1 away. Slow developing play. It was a 2-chopper, and Arcia had to charge the ball. By the time they got the relay over to first, Diaz was flying down the line. So 1 on, 1 out, and the top of the order comes back up. Toro, who's 0 for 1, comes to the plate. He takes the first pitch down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Abraham Toro went to Seminole State Junior College in Oklahoma. The 1-0 swung on. That ball's chopped just past Austin Riley at third. It's going to dribble into left field for a base hit. Braves were playing the shift, and Riley had no shot. He was chasing it over there, but he had no shot to get to that ball. It's good old-fashioned hit them where they ain't. The A's got runners on first and second with 1 out. So 1 down, and J.J. Bleday comes to the plate. He takes the first pitch. 84-mile-an-hour slider, down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 to Bleday. Kicks and fires. Down below the knees, 2-0. Bleday is 0 for 1 on the day. You're seeing a really tight strike zone versus both teams. The 2-0 pitch, right there for a strike on the outer edge, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. If he continues to call the zone this tight, we're going to get a lot of runs tonight. Both sides. The 2-1. Lopez lets her go. Swing, that ball's chopped over to first. Olsen fires it to short, and Arcia's on the bag. We get the automatic out at second. No chance to get in anyone else. He looked at first and looked at third to see if the runner might be winding around third. Bleday, the center fielder who was flying down the line, no chance to get him. So good idea by Arcia to keep it in his pocket. Braves lead it 3-0. Rooker, who leads the team with 11 home runs, now stands in. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Lopez comes set, the 35th pitch of the night. Slider down and away, it's 1-0. Andujar stands on deck, who had a double his first time up. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Murphy fires it down to first to try to catch the the runner napping, got Big Hand under the tag. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count, runners on the corners. Braves lead it 3-0. If you're just joining us, Braves scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second off of a bases clearing double by Kelenic. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. We were talking about it at the time, but Harris was the first run to come across, and Murphy was running up the back of his shoes because Harris was waiting as the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 97 miles an hour. Blew it right by him, right in his kitchen, and that'll end the inning. A's threatened, but the fire is put out by Raylo. We'll be back in a flash.
I don't think people realize how much of a burden it is carrying around such a thick personality. Walking around with an absolute dump truck of a vibe is not easy.
All right, we are going to do northern versus southern words, okay?
Here we go.
Here we go. Ready? Okay, the stuff you put in your car is oil.
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 No, it's oil. That's motor oil.
I ruined, R-U-I-N-E-D.
I ruined my britches.
I drink soda.
Pass me a Coke.
I pushed the shopping cart.
That's a boogie.
Wash. I wash my clothes. W-A-S-H.
I washed my clothes.
There's no R in it. No R in it.
I washed my britches.
Okay. The house is on fire.
House on fire.
Fire.
Fire. Kind of like a car tar fire.
What?
A car tar fire.
Oh, I'm wearing pants.
I'm wearing britches.
Pants.
Britches.
Pants. And our last one is, I wear underwear under my pants. No, that's...
Your drawers.
That's what goes in a dresser.
No, that's your drawers.
Drawers.
Your drawers.
Your drawers. D-R-A-W-E-R-S. It goes in a dresser.
No, drawers is what you wear under your britches.
In 1978, Steinbrenner's Yankees came from 14 games behind and then beat the Red Sox in a dramatic and, for Boston fans, excruciating one-game playoff to win the division title. It was the greatest comeback in American League history.
And a happy Bucky Dent.
New York then took the World Series from the Dodgers, but Steinbrenner was not satisfied.
Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna's a sinker right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Braves 3, A's nothing. Bottom of the third inning. Marcell Ozuna 1 for 1 with the single. The 0-1. Swing and a miss over the top. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Lefty, righty. Standing on deck is Duvall. The pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. Slider on the outer edge, and Ozuna heads back to the dugout, 1 away. Just froze him, I guess. You'd like to see Ozuna swing the bat right there. Well, 1 down, and Olson stands in. I think I said Duvall. I meant Olson. First pitch on the way to Olson is a slider right there on the inner cut. It's 0-1. Matt Olson. Sacrifice fly with an RBI his first time up. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Should be a playable 6-3 put out. It is. 2 away. So 2 down. And Adam Duvall comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. If you're just joining us, the scoring got started in the first inning where Olson put a sac fly to bring in Austin Riley, who came on with a fielder's choice First pitch on the way to Duvall is a sinker away. It's 1-0. Then Harris and Murphy were doubled in from center, a double to center into the gap, scoring 2, and that's where we stand at 3-0. The 1-0 to Duvall, swing and a miss, sweeper over the top. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves 3, A's nothing, bottom 3, the pitch on the way. 78-mile-an-hour sweeper off the plate wide, 2-1. The 2-1 comes set, kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's laced towards center field. Coming in, then having to retreat, making the catch on the run is Blade, the center fielder, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. The Braves lead at 3-0. We head to the top of the 4th.
I don't want to party like it's 1999. I want to buy a house and groceries like it's 1999, all right?
Meal prep this, meal prep that. Oh, I can't on Sunday because I have to meal prep all day. Here's my meal prep right here. I will obliterate a TV dinner daily until they lay me to rest. But oh my God, the chemicals in that. Do you even know what you're eating? Have you ever read the ingredient list? Save it. I don't give a ignorance is bliss, baby. Let me enjoy my school cafeteria slop in peace.
Talking about one of the best women to ever play the game, Doris Sam. Her career began at the age of 11 when she started playing softball with girls who were older than her. She went on to help her softball team win the state championship in 7 of the next 8 years. She is widely considered to be the only 6-tool player in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. She could hit for average and power. She could field, run, throw, and pitch. Even when the league went from underhand pitching to sidearm, she never skipped a beat, and if anything, she got better. At one point, she converted from pitcher to outfielder. She still ended up being an all-star at both of those positions at one point in time. Speaking of all-star teams, she made 5 of them to go along with her 2 Player of the Year awards. She won a batting title, a home run title, and was consistently among the leaders in offensive and pitching categories. Not only did she throw a no-hitter in her career, she also threw a perfect game. In her All-American Girls Professional Baseball League career, she had 15 more RBIs and 18 more runs than games played. Simply put, she was the best.
What made baseball so special for me as a young child, and what I wanted to give to my children, was a sense of continuity, a sense that the players that you cared about would be back the next year, and they were part of your family, and you knew their strengths and you knew their weaknesses. You even knew how they stood at the plate. I mean, I used to know how Carlton Fisk was going to go through all these crazy maneuvers before he hit the ball, and I used to know the spot on the left field wall that he would always hit, or I knew the way Burleson would get a double.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Ronaldo Lopez goes back to work. The first pitch on the way, 96-mile-an-hour fastball, just up and out of the zone. It's, do you call that a strike? They put a strike on the screen, but he did not know. It's 1-0. The 1-0, inside, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch on the way, right there at the knees. 2-1. You got a 2-1 count. Lopez comes set, the pitch. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Your screen says 1-2, but it is now 2-2. If you're watching on the Braves feed. The Oakland feed has it correct. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and slapped, just got a piece of that. We'll do it again. Andujar led off with a double in the second inning. Was then thrown out at third in a controversial play that did not get overturned. The 1-2 pitch, swung on. That ball is laced over, just over the leaping head of Ozzie Albies, and it'll be a leadoff single for Andujar. Just kind of slapped it over there to the right side, and Ozzie, at the very top of his jump, just past his outreach glove. Not a hard hit ball, but hit it where it needed to be. So 1 on, nobody out, and the left-handed bat of Seth Brown comes to the plate. Brown, 5 home runs on the year, takes a hack at the first pitch and fouls it away. 0-1. Cleveland leads Washington 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Philly 3-1 over St. Louis. That game is in the 6th already. The 0-1. Swing! Fouls it back. It's 0-2. Philly wearing those god-awful City Connects that they have. Those things are just terrible. So an 0-2 count. Righty-lefty. Brown 0 for 1 with the strikeout. The 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. Ronaldo Lopez sitting at 3 strikeouts right now through 3 innings. He has walked 1. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. Swing, just got a piece of that slider on the outer edge. We'll do it again, 1-2. Lopez sitting at 48 pitches here to start the 4th inning. The 1-2 from Raylo. Caught! Looking strike 3. 98 right down the pipe. Kissing the kneecaps as it floated on by over the plate. 1 away. Good looking pitch from Raylo. Think he lulled him to sleep with those off-speed pitches. And once he brought that one down, could not react. McCann comes to the plate, swing and a miss at the first pitch. 96 about letter high. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-lefty, pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, 97. Dialing it up just a little bit more. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kyle McCann 0 for 1 with the fielder's choice in the second. The 0-2 pitch. 97 up high, tried to get him to chase again. This time he laid off 1-2. McCann out of Atlanta, Georgia. Ex-Yellow Jacket, the 1-2 pitch. Caught, looking strike 3. The runner goes down to second. He just gets in under the tag. Good throw by Murphy. But the batter is out, 2 away. Did he not ring him up? No, he did not. I thought he raised his arm for a strikeout, but he was raising it to show that it was a ball. The 2-2 pitch, swing, and that ball's going to get laced into left field. The runner will stop at third. You let runners on the corners, 1 away. That's my mistake. Home plate umpire Lipka raised his arm, and typically when they do that, they only raise it for strikes. They don't typically do anything for balls, but after getting a second look at it, he was raising his left arm, indicating a ball. Typically, the umpires don't give any indication if it's a ball. So runners on the corners, 1 out. Apologize for misreading that. It happens. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Geloff comes to the plate. First pitch is a slider nowhere near the zone. It's 1-0. Zach Geloff, a light-hitting infielder, batting 174 with a 509 OPS. He does have 3 home runs. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider, 1-1. He is 0 for 1 on the night Soderstrom is standing on deck, who walked his first time up. The 1-1 swung on, blasted into left field, coming back, making the catch is Kelnick, but that'll score a run. The Braves' lead is cut to 3-1. Runner at first will stay right there. I'd say, considering the circumstances, you'll take that. Still contend that ball that he called a ball with 2 strikes on the batter when the runner was going, that was in the zone. First pitch on the way is a strike on the outer edge curveball. It's 0-1. But if we can keep it right here, we'll live with it. The 0-1. Runner on first, 2 outs. The pitch. Outside wide, 1-1. Nolan Arenado has just hit a solo shot to cut the lead in half in Philly. It's 3-2 Philadelphia over St. Louis in the 6th. The 1-1 pitch, swing and fouls it back. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Ronaldo Lopez at 60 pitches, so right where you want him to be. If he can get out of this inning. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So the 5th strikeout of the night sends the Braves to the bottom of the 4th with a 3-1 lead. Let's get Ray Lowe some insurance.
Let's go. Your remaining years on Earth, 75 years. That's, man, dude, I'm going to be on Earth for 75 more years, dude. I got to live more dangerously. 75, dude. Dang. Dang. That's too long, honestly, dude. I hope Earth gets better.
What is going on here?
I do not want to work.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm tired of it. What happened to the girls who get to stay home and cook and clean, and that's their job?
That's also a type of work, lady. I don't understand. You don't want to do anything, or you don't want an office job?
And they get to just like relax during the day and just make sure everything's good when their husband comes home.
Oh, she doesn't want to work, but wants to be a housewife, but doesn't have a husband, but wants to be a housewife that only relax. This one is more confused than a plastic bag trying to carry fire.
I don't want to be doing this. Whoever did that, bleep to all of you.
Not everyone should be allowed to have free access to internet and mobile phone.
Willie Stargell really was a good man. All the hopes that we direct toward other ball players came true in his case. I remember the 1971 World Series where those same two teams had played 7 games. And Stargell was a great player that year. And the leader had led the league in runs batted in and did almost nothing in the World Series. He popped up, struck out, same in the playoffs. And he never complained. He never said anything. He walked back. He never threw his bat down. And I went up to him after the series and near the end, and I said, "How can you do this? You must be dying." And his little son, Wilver Stargell Jr., was playing in the locker. And Willie made a gesture toward him, and he said, "The time comes when a man really has to be a man." And that's the kind of man he was.
Swayman is a high fly ball into deep right center field. Back goes Single and away back to the wall. It's gone.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves lead this one 3-1. Thanks for hitting that like button. We're up over the century mark. First pitch on the way to Orlando Arce is a slider up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Orlando 0 for 1 with a line out in the second. Up high, misses, 1. So a 1-1 count. They check down the first base side to see if you went around, but James Hoy says no dice. Arce with 5 home runs and a 639 OPS, the 1-1. Outside wide, ball 2, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Standing on deck is Harris in the hole, Murph. The 2-1, outside wide. They're going to say he went around. Arcea's got something to say to him, home plate umpire Lipka. I don't think he liked it too much, but regardless, it evens up the count. You got a 2-2. Sears comes set the pitch. Outside wide ball 3, way outside in pitch out territory. That landed in the left-hander batter's box. So a full count. 5th one of the game by Sears. The payoff pitch. Swing and a missed strike 3. Blew it right by him. 91 miles an hour. Right up on his hands. Went away. Definitely chased one inside with 2 strikes. Probably pretty difficult to lay off that one. So 1 down. Michael Harris, the second, will come to the plate. First pitch on the way is a slider well off the dish. It's 1-0. Harris 1 for 2 with the run scored. The 1-0. Lefty. Southpaw kicks, fires, swing. That ball's chopped over to first. Easy out. First baseman Soderstrom steps on the pillow, 2 down. So 2 down. Sean Murphy will come to the plate. Murphy walked his first time up. Sears comes set, the 60th pitch of the night. Lets her go. Swing, and that ball's lifted high into center field, not very deep. Coming over, making the catches, Blade. That'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Really easy inning for Sears, who needed it. We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead it 3-1.
These kids nowadays really think they know what stress is. Back when we was growing up and you missed a TV show, you really missed it.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Have you thought about managing in the future?
I have thought about it. Me and Stephen Vogt actually talked about it while he was here, and how fun it'd be. Hopefully manage a winning team. I think that'd make it a lot more fun. But I've definitely thought about it, yeah.
Would family conditions change any of that?
Yes, that would definitely be a huge conversation for us, especially with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. I know the hours being a manager is more so than being a player, because as a manager you want to be here before your players and you want to stay later than your players to make a great impression on your players. So that definitely be a huge conversation that is a lot longer than a small little Braves question. It'd probably be a multiple week, multiple month type of question.
But I think in the end, the thing that appealed to me most was the fact that it rewarded merit, that there is a justice to the game, that if you score, it goes up on the board, and if I score more than you, you lose and I win. That and the idea that we do it together, community. If only life were that easy, that whenever we learned to cooperate with one another and did the right thing, we won. That's what baseball is.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Ronaldo Lopez will go back to work. So we start the 5th inning here. First pitch on the way. 4-seam fastball off the plate wide. It's 0-1. Fouled away. Braves 3, A's 1. Top of the 5th inning. Lopez's 63rd pitch of the night. Swung on, laced right over to short. Hard hit ball. Arcea's got it. Flips it over to Olsen. 6-3 put out, one away. Another good defensive play by Orlando Arcia. kind of an in-between hop that he got caught on. And great job to make sure ball snow-coned out of his glove. But he held on and got it over there. So 1 down. Leadoff batter Toro takes the first pitch, 95-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees, 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Right there on the outer edge, fastball, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Toro 1 for 2 on the night. The 0-2 pitch, swing, and that ball's slapped foul. Third base side. We'll do it again, 0-2. Mets and Diamondbacks 6-4 in the fourth. It's a shootout. The pitch, swing, and that ball's chopped over to first. Just foul. Just foul. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. 6-4 in that game in the fourth. There's been 11 hits, no home runs, but there have been 2 errors by the Mets. The 1-2. Lopez lets her go. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. His 6th strikeout of the game. The over-unders we mentioned at the beginning of the game was 5.5. Nasty change off the edge. Just kept diving away. 2 down. So 2 down. Earlier today, if you missed it, Cubs lost to the Reds 5-4. First pitch on the way from Lopez to Blade is a ball outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. If you were a Cubs fan today, you were irate as the 1-0 swung on and hit down the line. Foul in left field. It's going to fall before Kelnick can get over there. 1-1. They were down 5-3 in the ninth. Runners on first and second. A ball was hit into the corner, and they sent the runner. Realized there was just one out. This is the 2-1. Off the plate, 1-1, off the plate wide, 2-1. And what would have been the tying run got gunned down at the plate. The very next pitch was Bellinger hitting a deep fly ball to right field, but caught. The 2-1 pitch, down and away, ball 3. They checked down the line, but third base umpire DJ Rayburn said he held up. So a 3-1 count. Lopez trying to get himself a clean inning here. The pitch, outside, high, wide, ball 4. Was getting ready for the game tonight, and I had it on, and I looked over to see it. Saw the play at the plate. I was like, "What are they doing?" And he was out by a mile. I can't imagine if you're a Cubs fan, you would be just steaming, because you would have had runners on second and third with 1 out is the point, and your best power hitter coming to the plate. First pitch on the way to Rooker is a swing and a miss strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. Brent Rooker 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The 0-1. Lopez lets her go. Swing, and that ball's lifted into shallow right field, but drifting back, making the catch is Ozzie Albies, and that'll end the inning. They put one on, but can't do anything with it. When we come back, Kid Kelnick and Ozzie coming to the plate.
What's a sound nobody heard in a while?
Modern music is absolutely garbage. And I don't mean just hip-hop, but I mean country, rock and roll, classical, rap. It all sounds the same. It's not even about the body of work no more. You can be famous off of one single. I seen a TikToker the other day that became famous off of a song, and she announced that she was going on tour off of one song. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna repeat the same song for 2 hours? 80s and the 70s and the 60s. You could tell the difference between Johnny Cash and Ray Charles. Everyone is trying to transition into something. The talent doesn't exist anymore.
The Peaky Blinders emerged as a notorious street gang in Birmingham, England, during the 1880s. Comprised mainly of young criminals from lower to middle-class backgrounds, the group engaged in a wide range of criminal activities, including robbery, violence, racketeering, illegal bookmaking, and gambling control. During that era, the name could stem from the gang's criminal tactics, as they were known to approach victims from behind and pull down their hats over their faces to prevent them from identifying their assailant.
Hey, does anybody else hit the lock button on their key fob 6 times in a row like it's going to make their car lock harder or something? Or is it just me?
There was a period when ball players were heroes, maybe for 100 years. And then there was a period when there was a lot of knocking down of heroes, of diminishing them. I hope we're reaching a period where we don't look up to the ball player or down at the ball player, but try to look at him levelly and see his gifts and his determination and his craftsmanship as heroic. But at the personal level, don't demand more of him than we do of people in our own family, ourselves, or our friends.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Kid Kelnick comes to the plate. First pitch on the way is a slider right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Kelnick 1 for 1 with the bases clearing double. He knocked in Harris and Murphy. Give the Braves a 3-0 lead. Kelnick's going to take his time out. The 0-1 to Kelnick. Sears comes set, lets her go. Swing, chop foul down the first base side. It's 0-2. Standing on deck is Ozzie Albies. Bottom of the 5th inning. Braves lead it 3-1. The 0-2 pitch swung on and dribbled over towards second. It's going to be a tough play, but good defensive effort by Zach Geloff. 4-3 putouts. He had to charge the ball. Kelnick busted it down the line, 1 away. One down, and Ozzie Albies will come to the plate. Ozzie 0 for 1 with a walk. The first pitch to Oz is swung on, pops that up high in the sky. Into right field. Making the catch is Seth Brown, 2 down. Second pop-up of the night for Ozzie. So quickly 2 down, and Austin Riley comes to the plate. The Braves started scoring quickly tonight, and then they have fallen off. They scored 3 runs in the first 2 innings. Since then, have yet to threaten. First pitch to Riley is right there at the knees. Sweeper, 0-1. Lefty, righty. Austin 0 for 2 with the fielder's choice, a strikeout and a run scored. Stands in with the .224 average, the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Marcell Ozuna stands on deck. The 1-1 from Sears. Kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's chopped over to first, backhanded. The first baseman, Soderstrom, ends up juggling it and dropping it. And we'll see how they score that. Probably an E3. Hard hit ball by Riley. He did have to make a diving stab, so we might get a hit off of that. Looks like they are going to award him with the base hit. Maybe some home cooking there, but we'll take it. Wasn't an easy play, but definitely a play a Major League first baseman should make. First pitch on the way to Ozuna, swung on, popped up down the right field side. Will it stay in play? Just gets out of play. 0-1. Marcel, 1 for 2 on the night, now batting .313 on the year and a .998 OPS. Braves 3, A's 1, bottom 5. The 0-1. Sears comes set, 69th pitch of the night. Looks back Riley, lets her go. Check swing foul, basically bunted it over the first base dugout. An excuse me swing, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Lefty, righty. The pitch. Way outside wide. Changeup misses 1-2. Chipper Jones in the crowd tonight. He's got somebody's ear. He's telling some tall tales. So 1-2. Pitch to Ozuna, high and inside. 2-2. That's the same pitch they got Orlando to swing around on. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on first. Braves lead by 2. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Swing! And that ball's blasted high and deep. Going back on the track. Making the catch at the warning track just before the bullpen to end the inning. Marcel gave her a ride, but it died at the wall.
Boy math is when he complains that you take too long to get ready, but he spends an hour on the toilet pooing.
All right, Brian, we have to talk about the customer service complaint that came through last week with the client on their delayed shipment.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I told them I would brainstorm and circle back with them.
But no, they sent over your email to them, and it said Brian Storm, which I know you keep making that mistake pretty often.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it's getting old. It's not professional to communicate that way with clients.
Kate keeps calling me Brain in email, so I feel like I just messed up.
It's not appropriate to blame Kate in this situation.
I can connect with Kate. I think I still have a lot to learn from her, but
and I do have a lot to learn about a lot. We'll talk next week, okay?
Yeah, we'll brainstorm some ideas of what we can think about for.
See, this is what I'm saying is inappropriate.
He levels the bat a couple of times. Shao kicks and he fires. Rose swings. There it is! Get out! Get out! All right! Hit number 4192. A line drive single into left center field. A clean base hit. On September 11th, 1985, 44-year-old Pete Rose, now back with Cincinnati and managing as well as playing, got still another single and overcame Ty Cobb's lifetime record of 4,191 hits.
For Pete Rose, this certainly his crowning achievement. Just breathe it in. Boy, this is his game, it's his town, and it is his moment. This is one of the all-time great moments.
For a public tired of reading about the business of baseball, Pete Rose's triumph came not a moment too soon.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way is a comebacker. Right to Ronaldo Lopez. He'll flip it over to first. 1-3 put out, 1 away. You know, as City Connects go, and I know that's a very low bar. I mean, Phillies are awful. The new Toronto ones are terrible. But I'm looking at it right now on one of my screens. Kansas City Royals City Connect really isn't that bad. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. Is right there at the knees for a strike to Seth Brown, who's 0 for 2. It's 0-1. If you haven't seen it, it's a dark blue with the KC. Very simple is the 0-1. Swing and a miss over the top. 0-2. and they have the KC in lines dripping down like a waterfall to signify the backdrop in their stadium. It's a pretty cool look. The 0-2, did he go around? Did not. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Seth Brown, who struck out twice so far. The 1-2 from Raylo. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider in the dirt. 2 away. His 7th strikeout of the night. And Raylo giving us, once again, a very good outing. Speaking of good outings, it's Chris Sale Day tomorrow. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Righty, lefty, the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 96 up top, it's 1-2. McCann will take his time out, steps out of the box. The 1-2 pitch, down in the dirt. Good take by McCann. Do it again, 2-2. Phillies lead St. Louis 4-2 in the top of the 8th. Actually, they're going to the bottom of the 8th. St. Louis just spit the bit. The 2-2, down and in, 3-2. So a full count. Lopez is at 86 pitches. May have a chance to go back out there for the 7th. The payoff pitch from Raylo. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 8 strikeouts for that ray of sunshine, and we'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball.
Darling, I heard what you did for a Klondike bar. Call me.
It's not that I don't like people, it's that I don't want them near me.
Have you been drinking paint? No. Let me see your tongue.
Oh my God, dude! Oh, that's disgusting. It's not bad.
You can't drink paint.
I know. I hear you.
You say that, but I don't think that you're going to stop.
I get it though, man. That's right.
I feel like you're saying you get it, but you don't get it.
To every girl that's ever said to me, playing dumb isn't cute, I'm not playing. This is a factory setting. There was some assembly required, but they threw that box out and all of those screws. And the warranty, forgot about it. So you and I are just gonna have to get over it, because this is as good as it's gonna get.
In the final days of the 1959 season, the Braves, Giants, and Dodgers were locked in a 3-team race for the National League crown.
Maury Wills lays down a perfect squeeze bunt to score Hodges. The Dodgers go on to defeat San Francisco 8-4.
The Giants were done, but the Dodger euphoria was short-lived as the Braves beat the Phillies on the last day of the season to force a playoff few thought the Dodgers would survive.
Milwaukee was so good that year and they'd won a couple of years before in the National League, and everybody thought, well, this is the team to beat.
We were actually happy to end up in a tie because we matched up well with the Dodgers.
We were very confident, and we fully expected to win the playoffs.
But as they readied for the best-of-3 series, the Dodgers were undaunted.
The Braves had a better team than we had, man for man, if you wanted to match them on paper. But we always knew the game is won on the field, not paper.
We went there to win.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves lead this one 3-1. Matt Olson leads us off. J.P. Sears still out there. It's just 72 pitches. First pitch on the way is a sweeper well off the plate wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty, pitch on the way. Swing, pops it up. Back out of play, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Snickers in the dugout talking to Raylo. I think his night is done. Just shook his hand. That usually means you're going to get the seat for the rest of the night. The 1-1 pitch, four-seam fastball right down the pipe, 1-2. They're trying to manage his innings. I would have liked to have seen him go out there for one more inning, but I get the reasoning. The 1-2 pitch swung on. That ball is laced into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And your Atlanta Braves got a leadoff runner here in the bottom of the sixth. Let's get some runs, Braves country. Good Lord. Bats went quiet after those first couple of innings. That'll bring Adam Duvall to the plate. He's 0 for 2. First one to Adam is swung on. That ball is pounded into the left field, into the corner. It's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes the throw into the infield, and we've got runners on second and third. Nobody out. And Arcia coming to the plate. Ball hung in about middle in, and Duvall did not miss it. Smoked it down the left field line. Looked like his changeup, and it just didn't get down like it had been. Orlando Arcia comes to the plate. He's 0 for. The first pitch on the way is outside wide. Sweeper misses, 1-0. They were set up inside, and that pitch was way outside. Oakland is playing with the infield in. So a hard hit ball should score 2. The 1-0. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's blasted high and deep. Going back on the track. Making the catch at the warning track. But that will be a loud out. And a run is Arcia into the warning track. Makes it 4-1, an RBI, sac fly. Olsen comes home to score. On the play, Adam Duvall tags up from second, scoots on down to third. Good aggressive base running by Duvall. Another one we just missed leaving the yard. First pitch on the way to Harris is a swing and a miss strike off the edge. It's 0-1. Runner on third, one out. Infield in again. Big hole on the left side of the infield. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Inside, 91-mile-an-hour sinker, 1-1. Standing on deck is Murphy. In the hole, Jared Kelnick. The 1-1. Sears. Rips, kicks, fires, swing, and that ball is laced over to third. A line drive caught by Toro, the third baseman, 2 away. He ran over to tag the bag, but Duvall was quick to get back. Adam ball, 2 down. 2 down. They're going to go out there and have a chat with Sears. About that time to turn back time while they do that. On this date in 1869, the first rainout involving a professional baseball team occurs when heavy rain postpones the Red Stockings, now known as the Atlanta Braves, the Boston Red Stockings tune-up game against the Antioch 9 of Yellow Springs, Ohio, a college team. Aaron B. Champion, the owner of Cincinnati, had been a student of the school in the 1850s and set it up with the Red Stockings. First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Braves 4, Oakland 1. Bottom 6, Sean Murphy, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. The 0-1, lefty-righty. Duvall stands 90 feet away. The pitch. Change up right there for a strike at the knees. 0-2. An 0-2 count. Sears, about to throw his 85th pitch of the night, sets his glove up, lets her go. High and out of the zone. 1-2. They were set up looking for inside high like they got RC on that strikeout earlier in the game. That pitch was way outside. Fatigue may be setting in on Sears. The 1-2. Sears comes set, lets her go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Misses mark again, but Murphy chased it anyways. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the order due up for the Athletics.
At least I'm a fun hot mess. Like a train wreck full of pizza, fireworks, and glitter.
Y'all, back when I was a kid, I could jump out of a swing mid-air and land on my feet, no problem. Now when I sleep on the wrong pillow, I wake up feeling like I fell out of a 12-story window.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
If your child is performing poorly during a recital, stop recording them in the middle of their performance so that they will see what a disappointment they are to you. To save face around the other parents, tell them you're just practicing for when your child gets on stage.
And as the first game began, the Braves took an early lead.
The Braves break the scoring ice.
And then Dodger manager Walter Alston acted quickly, making the boldest of moves. He brought in his ace reliever Larry Sherry in the second inning.
Well, he's the boss. He's going to pick whoever he wants, and he knows Larry wants to come in. And Larry wants to pitch.
Sherry made Alston's gamble pay off as he completely shut the Braves down.
He knew he could do it, and he wanted to do it, and he did it.
And then Johnny Roseboro homered, and the Dodgers ended up with an improbable 3-2 victory.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. We got a pitching change. Pierce Johnson comes into the game. Pierce Johnson sporting a 4.02 ERA. Righty-righty matchup versus Geloff. The first pitch on the way. Curveball down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Pierce. Sets the red glove and flies. Curveball right there at the knees, 1-1. PJ drafted by the Cubs back in 2012. 43rd overall pick out of Missouri State. The 1-1. The pitch. Curveball misses outside wide, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Johnson lifts his red glove and lets her go. Curveball at the knees, another one. Teardrop right across the plate right there at the kneecaps, 2-2. The 2-2 Number 8 hitter Soderstrom standing on deck. Pitch on the way. Swing! 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. He throws the curveball more than anybody in Major League Baseball. Pierce Johnson, 79% of the time it's a curveball. 18% four seam, and every once in a while he'll toss in a slider. The 2-2, swing and a miss, curveball, strike 3. PJ fooled him again with that curve, one away. One down. First pitch on the way to Soderstrom is up high and out of the zone, 96 miles an hour as it's 1-0. Soderstrom 0 for 1 with a walk in the third. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Curveball, top of the zone. Doesn't get the call. Bad call by home plate umpire John Lipka, 2-0. That was right across the letters. So a 2-0. If you're wondering, the 2-0 pitch, high and outside, that curveball did miss, 3-0. Steve Soderstrom is the son of Tyler Soderstrom, who pitched very briefly for the San Francisco Giants in the 1990s. The 3-0, fastball misses inside, 95 miles an hour. So he'll head on down to first. 1 on, 1 out. And that'll bring the number 9 hitter, the shortstop, Letimus Diaz, to the plate. Diaz, the ex-St. Louis Cardinal, if he sounds familiar, also played for the Houston Astros. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Started with the Cardinals in 2016. It was looked upon as a pretty hot prospect. He had 17 home runs, 300 average in about 110 games that year. The 0-1. Curveball, pops it up. Soft liner. Ozzie grabs it, dishes it over to to second. Arcia fires it down to first, and it's going to be a 4-6 putout. And on the play, what you get is a much slower runner at first now. It was a soft line drive, so they didn't call the infield fly. I'm a little surprised they didn't, because it did hang up there a bit. Once Diaz realized what was going on, he booked it down to first and beat out the throw. First pitch to Toro is a curveball, misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Diaz, though, when he came up with the Cardinals in 2016, they really had high hopes for him. He just never panned out and ended up in Toronto in 2018 at the trade deadline as the 1-0 pitch. Right there, first strike, 1-1. Signed with Houston in 2019 and played there for 4 years, but never really panned into much. More of a platoon role. The 1-1. Chopper back to the mound. PJ's got it, flips it over to first, and that'll end the inning. We'll get ready for the 7th inning stretch, y'all. Braves lead it 4-1 here on Friday night.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game. Hey, we out to the top. Find me something to crack jack. I don't care if I have to get back on the root for the
Welcome back, Braves country. We're going to hit the out-of-town scoreboard here as we enter the bottom of the 7th inning. Braves leading 7-1. Blue Jays and Pirates are tied at 1 in the 8th. Tigers trail the Red Sox 7-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Nationals and Guardians 2-1. Cleveland in the 7th. Rangers 7-2 over the, Marlins 7-2 over the Rangers in the 7th in Miami. Tampa Bay and Baltimore tied up at 1 in the 6th. Mets 8-5 over the Diamondbacks in the 6th. Padres and Royals are knotted up at nothing apiece in the 4th. Twins and Astros 2-0. Minnesota leads in the 4th inning. White Sox lead the Brewers 3-1. They head to the 4th. Later on tonight, you got the Rockies at the Dodgers, Angels at the Mariners, Yankees are at the San Francisco Giants. And earlier today, Reds toppled the Cubs in Wrigley 5-4, and the Phillies beat the Cardinals 4-2. That's your out-of-town scoreboard. We get set to hit the bottom of the 7th inning. Jared Kelenic will lead us off. Sears is back out there for yet another inning. First pitch on the way is an 89-mile-an-hour changeup right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Kid Kelenic is 1 for 2 on the night, 2 RBIs. The 0-1. Swing and hit hard on the ground, but right at the first baseman Soderstrom. He'll step on the bag. 1 away. 1 down. Ozzie Albies will come to the plate. Braves lead at 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Ozzie stands in. The first pitch on the way is a changeup outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. They're eating ice cream cones on TV on the Braves feed. That's just not a good look for a guy. Not for an adult. The 1-0. Swing and fouls it away. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. The pitch on the way. 92-mile-an-hour fastball out wide, 2-1. Ozzie batting .280 on the year, 3 home runs, 25 RBI. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and pops it up. Another one. Lazy fly ball into right field, 2 down. Two down. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. I'd like to see his bat wake up. Austin Riley stands in. 1 for 3 on the night. First pitch on the way, outside wide, 79 miles an hour. First time he's called a wide strike all night long. It's 0-1. Home plate umpire John Lipka must have dinner plans. The 0-1, 4-seam, misses high, 1-1. Still to use off the Braves bench, you got Travis d'Arnaud, Chadwick Tromp, Zach Short, and J.P. Martinez. The 1-1. Swing and fouls it out of play. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Standing on deck is Ozuna. The pitch. Outside wide, 2-2. If you're just joining us, both Ozuna and Arcia came dangerously close to hitting home runs. This could be a much higher scoring game. The ball was carrying just a little better. The 2-2. Swing, and that ball's chopped up the middle. Backhanded by Geloff. He'll flip it over to first, and it's a 4-3 putout to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of the 8th. Braves 4, A's 1. We'll be back in a flash.
Here's to alcohol, because no good story has ever started with a salad. Cheers.
Dad?
Yep.
The fans and followers want to know why you caved with my sister.
What are you talking about?
You bet her $100 to quit vaping for 2 weeks, then you found out she cheated with Zippix sticks, and you paid her anyways.
Did you know the bet before we did it?
Yes.
And did any time during the bet when we set up the rules, did I say she couldn't use a nicotine stick or nicotine gum?
Well, no.
Okay, then she won, fair and square. What's the big deal?
Well, technically she won, but everyone thinks you should have stuck to your guns and not paid her at all.
Oh, so I'm supposed to tell my daughter that she cheated even when she didn't, and then you guys want me to welch on the bet so her dad, she learns the lessons that her dad welches on bets too. That's the advice of your fans and followers?
People still think you caved either way.
Well, it is really important what other people think about the way I parent.
It is?
No, not even a little bit. Get the out of here.
Back in Los Angeles for the second game, the Braves showed their championship pedigree as they knocked out Don Drysdale and took a 5-2 lead into the 9th inning. And with the unflappable Lou Burdett on the mound, the game seemed over. But then, like an echo from the past, the old boys of summer roared to life. Snyder and Hodges delivered key hits, knocking Burdett out of the game, and Ferrillo tied it with a sacrifice fly.
Gil Hodges comes in with a tying run, and the Dodgers are anything but dead.
We just got some momentum at the end.
And then, with the score tied in the 12th, they reached back one more time.
The Cinderella team of the National League, for the first time in history, a 7th-place club has come back to win the pennant the following year.
We had no business beating them.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Joe Jimenez is a 4-seam fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Braves 4, A's 1. Top of the 8th, the 1-0. Kicks and fires. 96-mile-an-hour fastball misses, 2-0. With A.J. Minter on the shelf, 15-day IL. Think most nights with the lead, you're seeing how the Braves will play it with Pierce to JJ to eyeglasses. The 2-0, fastball right down the pipe for a strike on the outer edge. It's 2-1. The 2-1, slider inside misses. Ball 3, 3-1. Jimenez came in his last outing. Looked pretty good at the pen. Looking kind of shaky here. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball, 95 mile an hour. Grabbed the inner part of the zone. Didn't get the call. So 1 on and nobody out. You got to have that call there, man. It's sitting right there on the zone. Home plate umpire John Lipka has called a tight zone all night long. That'll bring Rooker, who's 0 for 3 to the plate. Tying run now stands on deck. Righty-righty, the first pitch. Fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Jimenez kicks and fires. Slider nowhere near the zone. 2-0. So a 2-0 count, and Murphy will go out there and talk to him. While he does that, we'll turn back time real quick. On this date, 1949, Charlie Lupica announces from a 20-foot platform atop a flagpole that he will remain on the perch until the Indians, Cleveland Indians, are eliminated from the playoff race or win another pennant. Although the local grocery store owner abandons his post in late September with the Tribe in fourth place is the 2-0 pitch. Swinging, that ball's hit hard on the ground. Backhanded by Arcia. From his seat, flips it over to Ozzie. The ball comes in and out of the glove of Ozzie Albies. A low throw. Ozzie trying to scoop it. You've got runners on first and second. Nobody out. Hard hit ball. Trying to throw it from his seat. Had to make the throw fast because Blade can fly. Now the tying run comes to the plate. So Andujar representing the tying run, who's 2 for 3. He's had a good night at the plate. First pitch on the way from Jimenez. Slider nowhere near the zone. It's 1-0. To finish that off, Cleveland Indian owner Bill Veeck will reward Charlie Lupica with a souvenir 50-foot flagpole and a brand new car for his efforts. The 1-0, missed high and out of the zone, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Braves bullpen trying to cling to this lead. Krantz is going to come out there and finally talk to Jimenez. He hasn't appeared to really have it tonight. You had one walk, though one of the pitches was definitely in the zone, and the other you could argue maybe was. He's had a hard hit ball. On this date in 1976, after an error sets up a 6-run rally for the Padres in the 8th inning, Ted Turner, the new owner of the Atlanta Braves, invites the 2,994 fans watching the Braves lose to San Diego to return the next night for free. And that's your turn back time for this date in Major League Baseball. First pitch on the way to Andujar after the timeout is a swing and a foul back fastball right up and in. It's 2-1. The 2-1, righty. The pitch, swing, pops it up. Should be playable. It is. In pretty shallow center field, drifting in, making the catch is Michael Harris. 1 away. Big out number 1. Now a double play can get you out of this jam. First pitch on the way to Brown, who's 0 for 3, righty-lefty matchup. Drifts the pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Brown has 5 home runs on the year. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider down and in. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Runners on first and second. 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big strikeout by Jimenez. 2 away. So 2 down. And that would bring McCann, the hind catcher, up to the plate. He will bat. Didn't know if they may pinch hit for him. First pitch on the way is a slider right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Braves and A's are back at it tomorrow. 4:10 first pitch. The 0-1. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Assuming we don't have a long rain delay or anything like that, we are planning on doing the call-in show tomorrow night after the game. So if you got any questions, kind of stash them away for tomorrow night. We're going to do them right after the game. The 0-2. Slider down and in. 1-2. Not necessarily questions. If you just have comments, things you'd like to see the Braves do, There's been hints about that they may be making a move soon. And then there's also talk about Waldrop possibly coming up in the near future. The 1-2. Caught! Looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Slider right there on the inner cut, and that'll end the inning. So Jimenez got in trouble, but he got out of it. It's 4-1 Atlanta. We head to the bottom of the 8th.
Do Irish people love being miserable all the time? Yeah, we do. It's good, clean fun. But yeah, I'll complain about your nephew who I never met and tell people what I think he should be doing with his life. I'll sit down on my chair over there for an hour and be absolutely outraged about the Germans, thinking they can steal drinking from the Irish. Positivity will only get you so far. I encourage you, sit down on front of the fire with a nice cup of tea and think about how your best friend doesn't deserve the car that he has because he does nothing. It's good for you. We might be a bit cantankerous, but that's what allows us to go out and have a bit of crack in the evening.
As the 1959 World Series got set to open on the south side of Chicago, for the first time in 40 years, there was a feeling of joyful anticipation.
When you're in the minor leagues for 8.5 years and you come and get in the World Series your first year, I really didn't even realize how fantastic a thing it was, seeing the police escorting all the banners up and crowds, just the glamour of it all.
The decade of the 50s had been a time of great stability on and off the field. The 60s would bring explosive change across the country, but baseball would continue to provide a welcome oasis of continuity. Just like the 50s, the role of the National League's premier team would fall to the Dodgers, who were only just beginning to win in Los Angeles. They would capture 3 pennants and 2 World Series in the 60s.
The Dodgers win 2-1 and sweep the series in 4 straight. All Bedlam breaks loose on the field.
The Braves' run as a powerhouse was at an end. They would take many years to reclaim World Series glory. The team would move to Atlanta in 1966 and would not win a championship until 1995.
The team of the 90s has its World Championship.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Let's get some runs, Braves Country. We're here in the 8th inning. And Brady Basso comes on with a 5.02 ERA. The left-hander will get some work in. Marcell Ozuna coming to the plate. Let's go deep, Big Zoo. The first pitch on the way. 94-mile-an-hour fastball right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Ozuna 1 for 3. Narrowly missed a home run earlier. Died at the warning track right at the wall. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss came out of his shoes on that one. Curveball 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Lefty righty pitch. Swing and a miss. Bender at the knees. 1 away. Good pitch by the young southpaw, Basso. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson, lefty-lefty matchup. 94-mile-an-hour fastball off the edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and lift set down the left field line. Going back on the track. Making the catch just before the warning track. Andujar for a long, loud out number 2. Those of y'all listening on radio, Basso really, his delivery and everything about him reminds me of Sean Newcomb. And he was with the Oakland organization last year. I thought maybe that's who that was when he first stepped on the mound. I didn't think he was still with them, but caught me off guard for a second. So 2 down, and Duvall comes to the plate. He'll take the first pitch. Curveball down and in. 1-0. Braves 4, A's 1. Would expect Eyeglasses to come in and end it. The 1-0. Rocks and fires. Fastball misses high. 2-0. Standing on deck is Orlando Arcia. The 2-0 pitch. Swing, and that ball's rifled right up the middle into the teeth of the defense. It's going to be a 4-3 put out to end the inning. Hard hit ball by Duvall, but right at the second baseman. We'll be back in a flash to shut this baby down. Braves lead it 4-1.
Hey, does anybody else feel angry as hell whenever somebody's in the kitchen at the same time as you? Or is it just me?
This is the absolute chaotic career of Doc Ellis. He once pitched a no-hitter under the influence of LSD. In 1971, he finished 4th in Cy Young voting after finishing with a 19-9 record and a 3.06 ERA. During a game in 1974, he attempted to hit every batter in the Reds lineup and would only make it through 4 of them before the manager pulled him from the game. That same year, he won 8 consecutive games in 9 out of 10, pitching 7 complete games in that 10-game stretch. He admitted that wearing curlers produced sweat on his hair that he used to throw a modified version of the spitball. During the 1975 season, he was asked to pitch out of the bullpen. He refused not once, not twice, but 3 times before they suspended him for 1 game. After joining the Yankees in 1976, he won Comeback Player of the Year, winning 17 games, which was good for 8th in the American League. While pitching for the Oakland A's, he was asked to keep charts. Instead, he set them on fire inside the clubhouse, which in turn set off the sprinkler. All in all, Doc Ellis had a pretty great career, hitting double digits in wins in 8 of his 12 seasons. Not only that, he finished with a very respectable 3.46 ERA. Although his career had its ups and downs, I think it's safe to say he had a pretty successful career and shouldn't be just remembered for 1 no-hit.
1967. It was a tumultuous year and a decade of change. In the grip of often unsettling social unrest, America would see outbreaks of violence and eruptions of youthful rebellion.
1967 was one of the most unique years in American history, with everything was going on, a civil rights movement, the hippie movement, free love, tremendous unhappiness at the Vietnam War.
But despite all the turmoil, there was still baseball to be played, and for the players, playing the game was as important as ever.
Go back to any of the wars, any of the economies. It's a place where people can go and simply relax and to forget all their troubles and just concentrate on an afternoon of entertainment.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Eyeglasses comes into the game. Raisel Iglesias comes in with a 2.21 ERA. 16 strikeouts in 20 1/3 innings. The first pitch on the way from Iglesias, 96-mile-an-hour fastball right there at the knees. Didn't get the call. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty-righty pitch. Inside, 95 misses. 2-0. Minnesota leads Houston 2-1. That game is in the 5th. The 2-0 pitch. Swing, that ball's belted down the left field line. It is fair. It's going to go over the fence after bouncing at the warning track, so it's going to be a leadoff double for the A's and Geloff. That Geloff turned on that one. It kind of hung up. Eyeglasses love to have that one back. Runner on second, nobody out. That'll bring the number 8 hitter, Soderstrom, to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch swung on, chopped over to second. 4-3 put out. Ozzie to Olsen. 1 away. On the play, Zach Geloff will make it over to third. Will gladly trade the out for the base, leading by 3 here in the top of the 9th. First pitch on the way, swung on. That ball is hammered over to short. Back in by Arcia, fires it across the diamond, and it is a 6-3 put out. Great defensive play by Orlando Arcia, 2 away. The run does score, but there's 2 outs. Wow. Man, oh man, was that a heck of a play. I mean, that ball was scalded on the side over there. The first pitch on the way from Iglesias is swung on, and that ball's lined into the glove of Ozzie, and just like that, Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. 4-2 your final. Wow. That turned quickly. Braves win it 4-2. The win will be Lopez's third. He'll go to 3-2 on the year. Along with that, Jimenez gets his 11th hold of the year. Iglesias his 14th save. And your Atlanta Braves will go to 9 games over 500, 32-23. And we'll get ready for tomorrow night's game. First pitch is 4:10. So we'll come on the air tomorrow. About 3:30 will be the pregame show. About 3:30, 3:40, somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll come on for the pregame show, and then pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves will take place tomorrow night. Or excuse me, tomorrow afternoon. And it's Chris Sale Day. So should be a really good matchup with Chris Sale going up against the Oakland A's offense. There's a better look at it. Braves 4 runs, just 6 hits, no errors. Oakland 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Braves go to 32-23. Ignore what it says on the screen. It's not 31-23. It's 32-23 now. And Atlanta, see if they can get the series win tomorrow with Chris Sale on the mound. And Sunday, we have Charlie Morton on the mound. So should be a decent chance for the Braves to go on possible run. Remember, we're off Monday. So if we can get through this weekend, get a couple of wins, we can reset the bullpen as we head to Boston and Washington next week. And we will get out of your hair. Braves win it 4-2. Game ball, you know what? Like, I know we could give it to Raylo again. He went 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, really good outing. But let's give it to the kid. Let's give it to Kid Kelnick. Kelnick went 1 for 3, had that bases clearing RBI, 2 RBI double way back in the 2nd inning. And that really set the tone and put the Braves up 3-0, and they never looked back. Braves 4, Oakland 2. Iglesias gets the save. Raylo gets the W. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon for first pitch. Play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. For you country club members, we're going to have a Reds Country Radio is coming your way tomorrow. That'll be dropping around noon. And we don't just talk Reds. We talk everything in the National League on Reds Country. We'll have the American League show coming back in the very near future as well. Y'all have a great night, Braves Country. Braves win it. Get off the schneid 4-2 on a Friday night.